hit to our community, which is very unfortunate. We're unable to take a loss like that, but there's nothing we can do about it. We're just redirecting our energy, and I'm going to move forward.
How does that make you feel, just the loss there? And I think in the press release you said it was almost a blacklist.
Yeah, for sure. It just goes you to show like what's behind all this that's happening. There's so much talk about there that conservation is not an issue. You know, Minister Jordan said herself, and now it's I'm not sure what's the driving force. It seems more like a hatred thing or a racism thing. And our big concern now is we have LFA 34 coming up, and we'll probably be faced with the same situation. You know, unable to move lobster. That's something our team is working towards to sort that out. But it's as far as how do I feel about the 35, it's very discouraging. You know, we had to break that to our people that are fishing that, and you know, they had big hopes of doing well and providing for their family. And as a band, we had to make that call. And it's not easy to tell someone, you know, like we're taking your livelihood away from you, and it's out of our control.
I just want to be clear, what is the reason for that?
We can't sell our lobster. Everyone in the area has been told that they will not take if they take our lobster, they'll boycott or they'll be blacklisted.
And even other Indigenous groups, you've said.
Yeah, for sure. There's other communities that own ownership in lobster pounds, and we can't get a call back, and they won't deal with us.
Why do you think that is, even from other Indigenous groups?
It's a matter of the almighty buck. Like they're same situation. They deal with a lot of commercial fishermen, and you know, the Indigenous fisheries are so small. We only have I don't know what the percentages are, but very small fraction. Nobody can lose business over 5% of our business, right? So they all pick the bigger side.
What did you think of the RCMP commissioner's speech a little bit earlier? What do you think of that? It seems like she's not even willing to say that this is a crisis. Do you feel like she's taking it seriously enough?
No, it's the same old song and dance, right? Yeah, we're working on it. We're investigating it, and let us know later type of thing. But for us, it's not good enough. We feel that the hate crimes will continue. The threats are out there. Hopefully charges are laid.
How do you assess the RCMP's, I guess, work on the ground as it stands to today? How do you feel they've been?
There's a lot more, you know, uniform officers around, which is great to see. Still, we want charges. We want enforcement on the water.
What do you do with the lobster you can't sell?
Right now, we're storing those, and we have to make a decision, kind of, as a community, whether it's to kind of give those back to our community or try to move them some other way, or ship them, package them up and ship them to. We have a lot of people reaching out from across Canada looking to buy our lobsters, but without the facility, it's very difficult to do.
How much lobster do you have sitting around right now?
Not very. Might be 15,000 pounds or something.
Can you talk about, I guess, first of all, you did meet with your community yesterday, and you said you would kind of provide us with a bit of an update on how the conversations with Minister Jordan were going. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, the conversations with Minister Jordan I spoke to her today, actually. They're a little back and forth, but overall they're good. And I expressed my concerns on what we want done, and we're still pushing for that end of the week, something on paper or over the weekend.
And what exactly do you want on paper by the end of the week or the weekend?
Just whatever reflects our management plan, and however DFO can work with us in regards to that.
Sorry, what do you mean, whatever reflects your management plan? Like, you want the minister to iron out what on paper, just to be clear?
They have our management plan, our moderate livelihood fisheries plan. So whatever we talk about with the federal government needs to reflect what we're putting forward.
Right, so you want her to issue a statement that says this is the plan that they have agreed upon, or what exactly?
Well, we're working on pushing that through together, and a big part of that is science and making sure conservation is the key point. So jointly, we're going to come to a decision and move forward with that without us negotiating our treaty right.
Okay, so there is a virtual House of Commons Standing Committee on Fisheries and Oceans tonight. I understand you were invited to participate. I understand you're not taking part. Why is that?
Yeah, just today, too many things are evolving, and it's just not a good time. You know, our community's in crisis. We have lobsters we can't move. Our band members are extremely frustrated. It's just not the right time for me to sit around and talk about this. We're actually here. We're going to make it happen on our own if that's the case, and I expressed that the whole way.
Do you think there could be any value in that, though, meeting with that committee, in moving this forward?
Personally, I'm not sure. I've never had one of those before, so I'd have to say I don't know.
So it's just a matter of you don't have time?
I don't have time, and we have a plan to push forward, and my time is best suited here with my team, pushing that plan forward.
Do you think if they would have given you more than 24 hours notice, you would have a different response and you'd want to participate? I understand most times people have like 6 months to prepare for these kind of committees. I'm just wondering if that has any part in your decision.
I don't know if it would have been 6 months ago or 2 hours ago. For me, it's a matter of where's my priorities, and my time is best suited here, working with my team and pushing forward for our plan.
And then what are you asking the courts to do about all the people who threatened or like all the aggressions on your business partners? Are you asking the courts to step in to do something about that?
Yeah, we are. Whoever has done wrong should be held accountable. And what does it say for Canada if that doesn't happen? There'd be a big ripple effect. Could be across the nation for that.
The court injunction, can you talk about that strategy? Is that an effort because maybe the RCMP aren't holding up their end of the bargain?
Yeah, so it's a matter for us to help diffuse the situation, and there's been people, speeding through the wharf there and spinning rocks at people, almost altercations right at the wharf. We just want that injunction to make sure people are safe in and around the area.
It also has something to do with cutting the trash, right? Can you explain exactly what you're looking for in that injunction?
Just for safety for around the wharf for our injunction, yeah.
Is that still continuing though? I know it was in the early days. I've hardly left the wharf in the last few days, and I haven't seen any issues there, so I'm just wondering if there's something happening that we don't know about.
No, but it's also to, planning ahead that if something does happen, they can be held accountable, right?
So you're pulling a commercial fishery and they're cutting down into the Sonyaville Wharf. What is, and you talked about on your press release about the loss of that's costing you. What are the next steps?
In regards to...
The commercial fishery that you're pulling right now?
Yeah, there's no more steps. Our boats are heading down to, use them as our own kind of a safety net for our people. If something was to happen, we have, the same size vessels out there to protect our people. It also reloads our fishers with equipment to fish.
Will you give them moderate livelihood licenses?
That's who it's going to. The ones with those, the ones are FSC fishing. They're all losing their traps, right? So it's just we can't buy traps anywhere. Normally, we've had few calls. People would say like, we have a bunch of used traps we'd sell you, but we're told if we do that, they'll be intimidated and stuff as well.
So the 3 boats, we'll say, that are fishing commercially right now, you will issue them moderate livelihood licenses, tags?
No. So those 2 boats we have, one belongs to someone else, but the 2 are band boats. They'll just go out there and they'll be used to protect our people and such.
So they won't be fishing?
Oh, they might fish if some of these little boats come out of the water just because of weather, and we can work something out throughout the band that would help them haul their gear once in a while. We will do that, yeah.
Can you just clear this up for me, because you said 3 licenses, only 2 boats belong to the band, and Sipekne'katik has 15 commercial licenses, is that correct?
I'm not sure if it's 15.
Well, how many
15-ish.
How many of them are fished by Indigenous people?
Right now, I'm pretty sure all of them are.
Okay. And so what's the difference between the 2 and the 3? You said 3 licenses, but only 2 boats are owned by the band.
Yeah, because you're talking about licensed damn boats. 1 boat belongs to a band member. Our 3rd boat was in the shop, just being repaired, so we had to, part of one of those deals was to use their own vessel, but they're a band member as well, with a band-owned vessel, or their own vessel.
I guess the decision you're saying to pull these is the blacklisted effect, and you're standing to lose a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
The 1.5 million is kind of a rough estimate. Do you have maybe a plan to get some of that money back? Do you look to maybe the government to compensate?
Yeah, somebody's going to be held accountable for that loss. We're not taking it.
Are Indigenous warriors now in Digby?
There was the other day. I've seen a few around, but I've heard that there's not right now.
Is there a reason why it would be beneficial for them to be in the area as this dispute lingers on?
I see them personally as like peacekeepers, and to protect our women that may be up by the front line or whatever, and just to kind of help control the crowd. So as long as everyone's hearts and minds are in the right place, it's good to have people around, yeah.
Okay, and just to be clear, so there were, but not at the moment.
I'm told that, yeah, there's not right now, but they were here.
Okay.
Just to go back to this injunction for a moment, I just asked Commissioner Lucky if she said she'd respect an injunction. I asked her if she feels she needs an injunction in order for her officers to be able to do their jobs here. She said no. What do you think?
I think the RCMP have said a lot of stuff that hasn't been truthful.
Do you think that they need an injunction in order to be able to do their jobs?
Yeah, I said that earlier.
government says that it's a police issue, that they have to step in. The police says that it's a political issue. So do you feel like they're just throwing the ball and no one's actually doing anything?
That's been the whole way. I think it's been like that for 21 years, or for this, but for our people, it's always passing the buck, and it's DFO, it's RCMP, it's Coast Guard, it's somebody.
How long can you store lobster for without selling it before it becomes a problem?
Well, that depends. I think we got a couple of months that we could, if we do it right, but I don't know. It depends if that pound was under attack or something, or if anything was damaged within it, right? So that for us is just a factor that we're working on. We need to try to move those lobsters, sooner than later. So we're going to meet as a community, as a chief and council, and decide that.
And you said you were hearing from people across Canada that they were interested in buying your lobster. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, there's been a lot of people reaching out, social media, emails, text calls, that they're interested in helping us buy those lobsters or help distribute those to just the general public type of thing, right?
How much lobster do you have right now that you can't sell, that you don't know what to do with?
14,812.
Could the province, the regulation here in Nova Scotia, or are you looking to maybe see that change? I know Cheryl Maloney was at Province House trying to sell lobster to push that issue to change the regulations. Can the province do anything to help you guys out in getting this moderate livelihood lobster to market?
Yeah, we reached out to the province. We were trying to take the good way, the nice way all along the route, right? But McNeil just seems to hide behind the federal government, saying it's their issue. And same thing we just talked about. Feds put it on province put it on feds. It's so we're going to establish our own lobster license, or selling license. We're working on that as well.
Overall, are you just disappointed with the fact that RCMP waited like 2 weeks to hold a press conference to discuss the situation here and never actually came out and said they did anything, maybe anything could have been done differently to protect fishers?
100%. I think the general consensus everywhere is that the RCMP slipped up, and now it's just they're scrambling to how they're going to recover. The videos show it. RCMP standing there watching crimes being committed. I'm not sure where that's okay at.
Anything we're not asking that you want to mention?
Not telling you.
Thank you.
I didn't quite follow your answer when I asked how much lobster. You had a very specific number,
Yeah, I said 15,000 pounds, so I just
15,000.
put it back for you. Yeah.
How long are you going to keep the moderate livelihood fishing going on at this point? Should it-
For 7 generations,
It's here to stay.
forever.
Is the trap cutting still going on, or do you have?
I haven't heard today if there's anything going on yet. Our gear out there is very limited to what people have out there, so that's what we're hoping to put focus on, right? Good, we're all good.
Think so?
Thank you, guys.